if not to the American public, at least to members of Congress. But whether or not something is allowed, whether or not something is curtailed by limits on presidential power, I will say that's never stopped our previous president. I mean, we have seen instances where the Associated Press reporters were gone after. We saw where James Rosen was actually referred to as a criminal agent, and his parents' phone records were seized. We saw a number of agents weaponized going after True the Vote. So I will say that there is a precedence for just because there's a limit.
Not to this level. I mean,
we've seen that in the past 8 years, though.
You're comparing apples and oranges, because here we're talking about a candidate who was running, for president of the United States, and the allegation that was put forth was that his predecessor was someone.
Oh no, this is huge. Don't get me wrong. I think it's huge.
I think it's vastly different. But this is not new for Donald Trump. I mean, put this in the basket of 56% African American unemployment, or there were 3 million people who voted illegally. I mean, he makes these false claims all the time, and so that's why D.C. is so desensitized to this. Because if you look around and ask people, he made a claim that the president wiretapped Trump Tower, and people say, well, that's just Donald Trump. That's who he is. And then today he comes out with a statement and says that there are reports. No, sir, Mr. President, there are not reports. You tweeted this. You said this. This is something that came out of your mouth, and you owe the American people the facts behind it. If he is, in fact, the target of a FISA warrant, if he is the subject, or his campaign is the subject of this probe, then the American people deserve answers. I think libertarians understand that. Democrats, Republicans, centrists, everyone understands that. I think we need answers.
I think the question for you, sir, is it enough for the president to say there are reports out there, whether it's Breitbart or Heat Street or whatever, because this is the president. He has access to all the information in the government, presumably. He could declassify. He can bring the information forward. I mean, maybe he should take the advice of Dana just now. Make the FISA warrant applications public so we can see if it's true or not.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, the president has a higher responsibility. You have to make the transition from candidate to President of the United States. He does own the information. So it could be very possible that there was somebody who was briefed, who then briefed the president, that there was, in fact, a FISA warrant. There may not be. We don't know exactly yet. The problem here is that, that he climbs right back down into this bucket of causing problems for every other big issue that's out there. I mean, think of what happened to him this week. He was out pitching the growth in the United States Navy. Has to happen. Great message. Promoting jobs in the domestic defense industry. Great message. Talking to his education. All of that is lost for some kind of a weak tweet. But here's the other piece of this. This should be the sign that they need to impose discipline in the White House with the new communications director and get this thing back under control. If they don't, they're going to lose huge opportunity on big issues.
Don't go anywhere. We're going to come right back. Coming up next, behind closed doors, Senator Rand Paul accuses his Republican colleagues of drafting a secret Obamacare replacement bill. What is behind the cloak and dagger maneuver? Coming up next.
You want to be a nurse here?
You need nurses, don't you?
This is no place for a woman. My mission is saving lives.
Just because I wear a uniform and carry a gun that makes me a killer?
Get in!
Dad just wanted an excuse to see you again. It's a game. We are drowning in death.
The Ottoman Lieutenant, rated R, starts Friday.